So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nhor-ain Ali from Bais Tubi. So, for today's video, let us discuss about the form of government in Islam. But before that, let us discuss or define what is the governance in Islam. So, governance in Islam is one of the sphere of the Islamic system. Isa ito sa mga tinitignang katayuan ng sistema ng Islamic. But in the Islamic theory of a government, it is based on the basis in which upon all the spheres of Islamic system are based on. So, yung pinagmulan or yung basis na kinunan ng Islamic government is the same with the basis na meron ang lahat ng katuruan ng Islam, which is pertaining to the Quran and Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and all the collective thoughts of our scholars. So, one of the promoted thing of Islamic governance are the unity of humanity, yung pagkakaisa sa bawat mamamayan or sa bawat tao. Ito ay magsisimula sa kanilang lahi and to be followed by sa kanilang nature or likas na pagkatao ng isang tao. And to their origin, sa kanilang pinagmulan, we should find a unity upon those three mentioned. So, pangalawa, is Islam has a universal applicability. When we say universal applicability, it is the quality of a relevant, it is a quality of being relevant and appropriate into something. So, as declared in the Quran, or meaning to say, universal applicability is may kakayahan siya sa pangkalahatan. Kumbaga, pangkalahatan yung power of Islamic governance. So, it is declared in the Quran, God is the sovereign over the universe, life, and humanity. So, these ideas are applied not only to the political spheres, hindi lang sa pampolitika, but also in the economic, yung ekonomiya, yung takbo ng isang lugar, yung social sa mga tao, and the intellectual capacity of a person or of a people. So, moreover, it is a moral sphere, isa rin sa katayuan ng pagiging moral ay, ang ng Islamic governance ay ang tinatawag na moral governance. So, in this kind of Islamic system, meron tayong tinatawag na government in Islam. So, let us proceed. What is government in Islam? In this, based on this definition, it is based on the justice on the part of the rulers and obedience on the part of the ruled. So, meaning to say, ang basis ng government in Islam ay yung pagbibigay hustisya ng isang namumuno. When we say ruler, siya yung namumuno sa isang nation or sa isang lugar. So, ano ang pwedeng ibigay or pabalik ng mga taong pinamumunuhan is obedience. Obedience ng, when we say obedience is pagsunod by its Tagalog definition, translation, pagsunod sa ating namumuno. So, when the justice is being applied and mara-response ito ng constituent or ng people by obedience is we will have a better government. So, another one of these is the said consultation. Sa consultation from rulers to the people or the ruled people. So, kailangan, it is necessary to have a consultation between the two. Why? Kasi nga, by having a consultation to each other, ay nagkakaroon tayo ng understanding. And by having a understanding, it leads us to have a betterment of government. So, another definition, or from this broad basic lines branch, yung dalawa na na-mention na pagkakaroon ng rule, or na pagbibigay ng justice ng ruler sa kanyang pinamumunuhan at pagsunod ng pinamumunuhan sa kanilang namumuno ay considered as one of the foundation of a government. This form of nature of government is another this is a good step ahead to have a better government, or this also promote unity. Isa yun sa mga key responsibilities of Islamic government is to promote a unity to everyone. Unity upon the Muslims, the Christians, the Lumads. So for that, let us proceed to the form of government in Islam. Okay, form of government in Islam. Islam does not impose a specific form of government. Meaning to say, ang form or yung pamamaraan ng pag-govern ng Islam ay hindi ipinipilit kung ano yung nakasaad sa government na meron ng Islamic government. So, dahil nga nasabi sa in the first place na ang government of Islam is consists of many different Islamic states. So, meaning to say, hindi porket Islamic government ang meron tayo or ang magkakaroon tayo ay ipipilit sa mga non-Muslims ang mga katuruan or yung mga nilagda ng mga ng Islamic government. So next one, the political ordinances of the Sharia does not prescribe a specific form to which an Islamic state must conform. So same as number one, yung mga political ordinances. When we say ordinances, is yung mga kautusan ng politics ay hindi ipinipilit or hindi kailangan na sumunod ng agaran yung mga tao or the Islamic State. Kasi for example, here in Philippines, hindi matatawag na Islamic country ito, and if we're going to gumawa ng Islamic government ay hindi natin kailangan pilitin yung mga non-Muslims na sumunod or sumunod doon sa mga nilagda nating batas. But so yun, nasabi nga na ang Islamic State must not conform. Hindi nila kailangan sumunod ng sapilitan, bagkus ay susunod sila kung naaayon sa kanilang sarili. So thus there is not only one form of Islamic State. So ito na nga yung sinasabi ko na kaya hindi kailangan ipilit yung pamamalakad ng Islamic government into all the constituent, kasi nga Islamic hindi lang isa ang hawak na mamamayan ng Islamic government, bagkus merong mga Muslims, non-Muslims, and mga Lumads. So for that, kailangan kung magkaroon muna ng communication and understanding to each and everyone, to the leaders from down to the constituent, para magkaintindihan na yung mga laws and rules na naayon sa mga Muslims ay hindi kailangan ipilit sa mga non-Muslims. So, kasi nga period by period ay nagkakaroon tayo ng discoveries from our community. Like for example, in the Muslims, kailangan when we are submitting a laws or a rules, kailangan natin i-acknowledge yung differences of kung paano yung ekonomiya before to the ekonomiya sa ngayon. Kasi nga, every period ay nag-change yung economics natin, nag-change yung way of life living natin. So, kailangan when we are passing a laws or rules, kailangan natin i-acknowledge yung sa ngayon, yung presence or yung mga kung ano yung suitable sa ating pangangailangan, sa ating daily lives, and sa ating kailangan ng ating komunidad. And hindi ito nakabase, magkaiba ang political rights, political government into the Sharia law na meron ang mga Muslims. But then, in some point ay may mga pinag-agrihan ang dalawang panig. So, kailangan i-consider, isa na rito is yung kailangan i-consider yung kabuhayan ng komunidad, yung present na kabuhayan ng mamamayan. So, again, thus the form of government has no impact into the Islamic identity of the state. Hindi kailanman nagkaroon ng connection or even pag-iibang identity ng political rights or political state into the identity of Islamic State. And government in Islam can take many forms to implement justice. So ito talaga yung pinaka-main purpose ng Islamic government is to implement a justice, hustisya para sa lahat. And it has a equality. Kailangan pantay-pantay sa pamumuno, pantay-pantay sa pagbibigay ng hustisya. It's not because it is named as Islamic government ay kailangan ang binibigyan lang ng hustisya ay mga Muslims. No, but everyone. Muslims ka pa man or non-Muslims or Christians, Lumads, and kahit ano pa man ang religion mo, if you are under the Islamic government, you will taste the equality and the justice that you deserve as a constituent. So that is the most highest responsibility of the ruler. So same as to the Sharia, which is the foundation of legislation, doon nagmula or yun yung pinagmulan ng legislation. When we say legislation, it is defined as a rules made by a government. So why we need a legislation is because we have to find a guidance, or we have to make have a guidance in our lives na kailangan may sinusunod tayo na from government at may namumuno sa atin. So by this idea, Judge Ali Abdul Rizq from 1888 to 1966 shared his thoughts or his critics in these words doon sa nasabi na ang foundation ng Sharia law ay ang legislative. So for him, Islamic is a legislative religion. When we say legislative religion, it is referring to having the power of or performing performing the function. So ibig sabihin may kakayahan mamuno at may kakayahang humawak ng tao, and its lows impact on the most sphere of life. So ito yung kaibahan ng Islamic government or Islamic legislative government into a normal politics government na meron ang ating national or international politics. So, ang kaibahan ng Islamic government into the national or international politics is that Islamic ay yung laws or rules that they implemented ay hindi lang sa sangayon or hindi lang sa kabutihan ng isang tao or ng ruler, but then it affects to all the spheres of life, sa lahat ng katayuan ng ating buhay. It is why because yung pinagkukunan or yung basis na meron tayo sa legislative ng Islamic government ay kinuha or it refers to the Quran and Sunnah and all the pinagsang-ayunan ng mga scholars natin. So the people depends and one of these is the application of Islamic law for the welfare of the people depends on the government. So, yung kabuhayan or yung kaginhawaan ng mga tao is isa yun sa mga ina-apply ng Islamic government. So, nakadepende yun. Kailangan is may fully sustains ang government into the welfare of the people. So, in any kinds of form ito, limited ba man or unlimited, autocratic. When we say autocratic, is a kind of government that makes decision that is not asking any kinds of thoughts or ideas. Kumbaga, siya yung is a kind of executive rights na ikaw ang may kakayahan gumawa ng decision mo in short, you are the manpower. So parang ang autocratic government is a form of government na nagde-decide ng sa kanya lang, or nagde-decide yung executive ng sarili niya, at without asking any thoughts, or without having a, what do you call this, consultation to the other members of the government. So, another one is republican or tyrannical. When we say tyrannical, ay isa sa mga way of governing na ginagamit yung kapangyarihan niya just to corrupt to the people. Ginagamit niya yung ang tyrannically is parang is a government, form of government na ginagamit yung kapangyarihan niya just to corrupt, at may rights siyang mangurap doon. So parang walang rights yung constituent or yung pinamumunuhan niya, bagkus ay siya ang may karapatan. Mapapasakan niya man ng kayamanan ng buong bansa, ay walang rights yung mga tao. So but it's not hindi yun siya appropriate. So once again, constitutional and consultative or democratic, socialistic, and Bolshevik. Ang Bolshevik naman na form of government ay kumbaga ito namang Bolshevik government ay isa siyang form of government or way of pamumuno na ang ginagamit mo yung kapangyarihan mo just for the self-interest. Kumbaga gusto mo lang mamuno para makuha yung kayamanan ng tao at makuha mo yung rights ng bawat tao, na ikaw ang magkakaroon ng malaking rights sa isang lugar or sa isang nation. So, sabi pa niya, Islam does not impose, just like what I've said in kanina sa way of form of government Islam is sabi ni Ali Abdul Aziz ay ang Islam daw ay hindi ipinipilit sa mga Muslim yung government na meron sila, bagkus ay binibigyan sila ng rights na pumili kung ano yung anong klaseng rules or anong klaseng laws ang pwede or suitable sa kanila kung ano yung mas makakaganda sa kanilang pamumuhay. And yun ang tinitignang foundation ng Islamic government is yung kabutihan ng nakakarami at hindi yung kabutihan ng kung sino ang namumuno. So, and that is all based on the thoughts or critics of Ali Abdul Aziz. So, in the end of that, so to conclude the topic, Islam does not deal with the abstract human being. When we say abstract human being, ito yung mga kaugalian ng mga tao na mahirap silang unawain. Yung mga taong mahirap unawain na kahit gaano mo sila or pag may nagpalabas ng batas ay hindi sila susunod doon. So the lawgiver knows that this kind of affairs, of human affairs, yung mga ganitong gawain ng mga tao is not fixed. Kumbaga hindi siya permanent. Hindi it is not a rigid na kumbaga may consistency. So we expect changes kasi nga rigidity is not a nature. Hindi siya katayuan ng tao sa kanilang buhay. We expect these changes na like for example in the politics, yung mga candidates, kapag tumatakbo sila, ang dami-dami nilang sinasabing platforms na ganito. But then when they already seated on the position, yung consistency doon sa platforms ay nawawala. So, yun yung mga reason kung bakit nagkakaroon ng mga disqualification in the politics field, diba? In the field of politics. So, this requires a political scheme are capable of realization of all times and under the condition of human life. So, kailangan in the kapag may mga ganong system, it requires a politics scheme. When we say politics scheme is yung panukala na maganda or capable silang ipanukala yung mga platforms nila or isakatuparan yung mga platforms nila sa lahat ng mga conditions na meron ang mga tao. Mahirap man to mayaman to middle class or to the poorest, is kailangan ipanukala nila kung ano yung mga platforms na yon. And this type of form of government need to be flexible. Yun yung mga kailangan flexible yung government sa pagsagawa o pagsakatuparan ng mga kanilang inihayag na platforms. So, this shapes according to the condition and the public of circumstances within the framework of the general principles of the Sharia. So, it has to be like that na kailangan kapag nag-government ka is ang center ng government na meron ka is yung kabutihan ng tao, kabutihan ng mamamayan, kabutihan ng mga constituent mo. It's not your own kabutihan. So, isa ito sa mga way of or isa ito sa mga laws or scheme na meron ang Sharia. But this does not necessarily mean na ang political law ay nakipag-emerge sa Sharia law, because magkaiba ang political law na meron ang local or national na meron tayo sa Sharia law na meron ang religion of Islam. So next one is the political law is very vivid. Yun na nga sinasabi doon. It is a concrete as much as it gives us to clear outline. It is for all the people na magbigay ng magandang serbisyo and a political scheme, but precisely because it was meant to realize at times and under the condition that the scheme has been offered into outline only and not in detailed. So, man's political, social, and economic needs are time-bound and therefore extremely variable. So, kailangan talaga in a political is pinapakinggan mo is yung tawag ng sambayanan sa tawag ng sambayanan sa kapangyarihan mo at hindi yung tawag ng pangangailangan mo sa kapangyarihan ng sambayanan. So that would be all. I hope you learned something in my report. Shukran and wabillahi tawfiq wal hidayah.